Hi Scorpio, I hope you're doing well, and this is going to be your June reading. So this reading is going to have two parts. The first part is going to be astrology, the second part is going to be tarot. I would like to add a little bit of astrology to this because we're about to have two eclipses, three actually this summer, but the first two are going to happen in June, and I feel like they're very significant for, not that I feel like they are, very significant for all of us. And the first portion of the reading would be very suitable for those that have Scorpio rising, okay? Yeah, of course, Scorpio sun can take something out of it, leave something out of it. You know, it's up to you whether or not you would like to watch, but it's going to resonate more with Scorpio rising people, okay? So let's start. Lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is going to happen on June 5th in your second house. So second house is basically the sector of financial obligations, sources of income, finances, you know, as is, and self-worth actually. So when there is something completing there, we can expect a shift in our financial situation. It is going to be a challenging one because we are receiving a negative influence, I should say, well, not negative, tough influence from Mars. So it can be a little bit difficult to sort these issues out at first, you know, to kind of finally complete something that you no longer want to ever come back to. The first couple of weeks could be, you know, could be full of tension. However, this is something that's finally ending and no longer will be bothering us, something that we no longer have to come back to. We're kind of closing that chapter and moving into something new. So especially, I want to say, going kind of forward to December 2020, we're going to have a solar eclipse in that area, so it's going to be something new, something exciting coming to us in the area of finances. But for now, we need to get rid of something so we can clear that space for something new to come in December. So what could it be? Well, on the positive note, how this could play out, you could finally receive the money that was owed to you by someone. You know, it could be maybe a loan that somebody took from you. You know, it could be, by the way, you know, I'm not Scorpio, but I'm still waiting on my money to come back from the tickets, international tickets that I booked, you know, before the coronavirus started. So, you know, something similar to that. Maybe you could receive something that's yours and something that you've been waiting for a long time. However, since it is about culminations, you could decide to maybe no longer use one of the sources of income that you currently have. You may realize that it's not worth it. Maybe you may realize that it's just more hard work but not really enough good result. You know, you could really disconnect from that source of income if you no longer find it helpful, if it no longer brings you joy or no longer brings you any kind of gains, right? There could also be a change within your financial situation, maybe with your partner as well. You know, maybe you will decide in the couple, in your partnership, possibly how to share, how to split finances, how to keep them in order in some way. But of course, it's also a house of self-worth, and something here is going to be pointed at our self-worth. You know, it's going to be brought up to the surface. What you really don't like about yourself, what do you accept about yourself? It could be really trying to go within and understand yourself better. And sometimes lunar eclipses don't just have this like, oh, money, blah, 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 you know. It can have a spiritual effect on us. It can help us understand ourselves from a spiritual or psychological point of view. So that could be an interesting transformation happening there. I would say, though, that regardless of what is ending in your financial sector, it will, like I said, clear the way, kind of give a place to something new, to maybe a new source of income that's much more exciting, something that is much more profitable, fruitful, compared to what you have now. But again, of course, that there was money owed to you. Maybe if you were trying to sell a property for a very long time, sell a car for a very long time, this could also finally culminate. This could finally come to its completion, so you no longer have to go back and deal with it, okay? So struggles can come to completion finally. Now, solar eclipse, the second eclipse this June is going to happen on June 21st in your 9th house, and that's a very exciting situation, okay? By the way, for example, for those that are still waiting to get their money back from airlines, right? Because 9th house is travel, international travel, long distance travel. It could be that maybe the solar eclipse or something new, a new beginning in that sector can be, you know, as having a connection with the second house money could bring you maybe money back by 21st of June, around 21st of June, if it's connected to travel, right? Now, also what could happen in the 9th house, the travel ban may no longer be a thing to you. Maybe you're going to be able to travel far away. Maybe you needed to take that trip and you couldn't due to the, you know, current circumstances that are going on, or maybe some other reasons, and now you can finally move forward. Now you can finally travel. This could be also a very exciting time for your education, maybe to go back to school, to take it, I don't know, in a different major, you know, or maybe take extra courses, kind of evolve your education in a way. You know, it's a opportunity to expand the field, whether it's education or travel. But also, this is a legal house, one of the legal houses in zodiac. So if you're dealing with some kind of contracts, if you're dealing with court cases or anything, some news, some information could come to you from those institutions, authorities, and things like that. So for some of you, especially if you've been waiting for a long time for something like this, it could be a very good time to finally receive that news, to finally know what to do next, okay? So guys, let's start with tarot. Let's see what tarot can give us, what kind of hints tarot can give us for the month of June. So Scorpio, what can Scorpio expect to happen in June 2020? And this one, anybody can watch. Oh, beautiful. Ooh, okay. It's an intense month, guys. Wow. So anybody can watch this one, you know, Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus, doesn't matter. It's just that for the astrological portion, I recommend for Scorpio rising to watch. So we do have 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So 6 of Pentacles is, again, what is owed to you is given, right? It's given back to you. You get what you we're supposed to have this whole time. So with 6 of Pentacles, you know, this could be maybe a final, some kind of payoff that has been owed to you. Now it's finally coming to you. It could be, again, you and your connection to authorities, to institutions, to companies, that maybe you work for, you want to apply for a job for. You know, this could be finally maybe an interview that you're going to go to. Maybe it's going to be some kind of agreement within the company where you work to maybe receive a promotion, to receive a raise, right? There's something here, give and take, you know what I mean? So you will definitely be receiving something. Now, of course, you could maybe give something as well if you're in that position. But for those of you that are waiting for something to happen, to improve in their financial situation, it could be some kind of resource or something given to you here, okay? So we're starting the month with 6 of Wands, and that's a beautiful card of success. It's a beautiful card of victory, recognition. So again, you know, whatever you've been working on, it could be for 2 years, for 5 years, for 8 years, could finally come to its fruition. But it's not just like, oh, it's done, it's over with, so what are we gonna do now? You know, it's not really like that. It's success in the situation. It's feeling victorious, feeling like, wow, so all of that effort was not for nothing. You know, this is what I see now. This is my success. So why is 6 of Wands here? And I like how you're getting, that's insane. The Magician, you manifested this, right? With the Magician also, this is a card of, did you put effort into everything that you've been doing, that you've been waiting for? If not, then, you know, maybe it's not going to be success on that large scale. If you have been not only waiting, but also putting energy, putting time, putting the, you know, because you were given the opportunities to complete something. If you've been working on it diligently, then here you go. You are seeing the result in the beginning of the month. Despite the tension that is going to be received 2 solar eclipses by Mars, okay, which is a challenging energy. It could be maybe a little bit of tension there before it actually comes through, but still. And with Four of Swords and Eight of Pentacles, this is from resting, from basically blank, you know, from nothing to actually getting busy again, to starting something new, to working on something, to paying attention to details and judgment, guys. This is a major transformation here, and in a good way, not like a painful transformation. If anything, judgment is finally showing you a new path, showing you like the path that you need to go towards. Judgment is also a legal card. So again, if there are some legal situations happening for you, if there are some lawsuits, immigration cases, things like that, you know, judgment here could give you that final decision from authorities, from the institutions. And again, it is a victorious card, and it's victorious energy, okay, in this combination. Yes, it can keep you busy for a little while, but it's positive. Now we're also we also have the Tower in the middle of the month. So the Tower here, I believe, would be almost just like an umbrella for everything that's happening, because, you know, the Tower is just shifting. The Tower is rebuilding your foundation, your financial foundation, your self-worth, how you treat yourself, right? How you see yourself. The Tower could be changing the foundation again with your education, with other people, foreign, you know, with foreign lands, or maybe with legal, the legal system. It could be so many shifts happening here. So why is the Tower here? And even though the Tower, at first you're like, wow, yeah, that's scary, you know, but at the same time, you may not even feel that shift so abruptly, if that makes sense, so quickly. You know, it could be a subtle change, but it's definitely a major change, okay? So by the end of the year, it almost seems like, you know, you're going to kind of be a different person, or maybe you're going to have a totally different source of income, or you're going to see yourself in a completely different light, you know? But we also have Page of Cups and the Empress here, clarifying the Tower. So not only the Empress represents new beginnings, right, and lighthearted energy, taking things more lightly, not having paranoia about things, not having fears about things, but also, you know, these two cards, by the way, if you are planning to have children, if you want to have children, and if you've been working on having children, this could be an indication of a birth, okay? Birth of a new idea, birth of an actual child, or pregnancy, I should say, birth of a new project, where it's still very little, you know what I mean? But it could develop very fast until December, and it could really bring you joy and excitement and happiness and a new goal in life. So this, you know, whatever this is, and Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you know, celebration of some kind, it's gonna be a fun month, guys. And it's not just fun like, oh, you know, everything is so great. Fun in a way how, if you could see it from a different perspective, right? Not being the Scorpio, but being a Scorpio's friend, for example. If you could just watch the changes that are going to be happening, you will be like, wow, yeah, you know, this is a big deal in this person's life. And maybe you may not feel it as a big deal right away, right? It may not happen on June 5th. It may not happen on 21st of June. It may happen within 6 months of that mark, right? But it will be a beautiful change. It's almost like, you know, Tower is so dark and so negative in a way, right? But you are getting the Empress right after, which is like going into the light, you know, no longer living in some kind of toxicity or dealing with toxicity here. And again, a birth of a new idea, a new project, new hobby, a new creative endeavor, a child even, you know, it's something big here. And we're ending the spread with the Fool. And the Fool is all about new beginnings and new chapters. So you're rebuilding for your foundation in June. You are taking those last steps that you need, right? To either get more stable, get a stable job, finish your education, finish that legal case, anything really, right? So you're rebuilding, and then by the end of the month, you're ready to go. You're ready to charge forward. You're ready to take risks. So why is the Fool here? I mean, I don't even know, like, this is just incredible. If you want to get into a relationship, by the way, in a romantic relationship, This could be very possible by the end of the month. Here's Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. It's not recommended to get into relationships during Venus retrograde, which will go direct on 25th. After 25th, sure, go for it, you know. But also with Two of Pentacles and Two of Cups, these are double cards, right? So kind of two energies together. But at the same time, you know, while you're maintaining something else in your life, while you're balancing out something else, while you are rebuilding your foundation, love could come in and you don't even expect it. You know, Two of Cups here, some kind of a partnership. It can show up in your life like a fireball, you know what I mean, out of nowhere. Now, if it's a business partnership, again, it could be taking risks and learning how to collaborate with others, involving others in your work. Not just doing everything on your own, trying to be more, you know, trying to have more compromise with others, allowing others to help you, support you, give you ideas, and maybe guide you in some way. This could be, you know, the end of the month could be really good for collaborations, for allowing others into your business, kind of, you know. And if it's a romantic situation, allowing a new partnership in your life. And if it's an existing romantic connection, then improving the relationship and maybe spending more time with the person and possibly even taking risks with that person because you feel like you can now. Okay, so guys, beautiful reading, and I hope that you enjoy the month of June, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.